It is more than dashikis and different dialects. It's more than the roots of a baobab tree or deeply rooted into our family trees. We are grafted branches of each other. Uprooted up at the uprising, the division of the pie decided by the different buyers, never the baker, never the giver, always the taker. African poems are neither held together at the roots of the hair of a dreadlocked man speaking patois, telling us to go to freedom together. One step at a time. It is more than high school musicals and murals of better lives. Most of our fathers made it out of villages and not ghettos. It is more than addressing poverty and selfish politicians stealing from a nation from a pot where the portion of love, the portion of a concoction of trust should have been brewed together. It is more than mirrors asking them to look at themselves. It is more than addressing false prophets who take advantage of people's faith, more than rebuking people who go to false prophets receiving what they did not work for, but what they wanted to hear. So receive these words. African poetry is more than fear, war drums, blood, black skin, selling of each other to white folk in exchange for salt. It is more than just mere talk. It walks the walk. It has a certain swagger. It knows of certainty, of pain, of loss, of self-discovery, of the cradle of life, the birthplace of knowledge, the rewriting of our stories, the mangled bones of who we are come alive when the flesh of our true pride begins to cover our shame. It knows love, redemption from God. It knows gunpowder and poison at the tips of arrows. It makes the point of knowing paths many have forgotten to cross. It is more than malnutrition children with big bellies begging for money. It rebukes them and the big-bellied men with malnutrition minds trying to take advantage of little kids. It doesn't come with the customary fly buzzing about, sticking to the nose of the child, or the Bono concert asking you to save it. African poems sometimes try to say nigger like they were sitting on Obadiah's front porch in Memphis drinking tea with the sugar from the plantations that hold their ancestors, looking back at the boats that carried them there. African poems have dreams too. They talk to Dr. King. They try to preserve the stories of their kings. They come back to the motherland. They land on this land. They gather their feathers. They repair their wings. African poems are runways for the people of the land to fly back to their former lands.